right, if you haven't seen this truck before, this is our good customer DJ's. He's got a bobbed bed EcoDiesel Gladiator. Don't know how you get much better than that. Finally decided to do the upgrade. Probably after Sean, the Story Till Now, went to 40s, he felt he really needed to go to 40s. I don't know why, but apparently the job sites he goes to must be really rough. He wanted and was dead set on these axles, and I don't blame him because they are really nice. So these are a set of Dana 6080 axles from Fusion. The difference in this from a lot of the other companies is these run Kingpins. And like, not just Kingpins, like the toughest Kingpins. There's more bolts in here than on anything else. They're even using ARP studs, so it's practically like, you know, like a diesel cylinder head. It'll in case we put way too much pressure through here, they won't blow off, I guess. Phenomenal. So with the axle comes the steering, this big beefy steering system. If you're gonna run 40s, you gotta run hydro assist, otherwise you're not turning very much. So we've got the PSC kit here. We've got our lines done locally where they're all reinforced and they've got the extra abrasion resistance so it'll withstand the abuse of Canada. They don't add a hydraulic pump onto the motor for this setup. They actually have their own hydromatic OEM style power steering pump, but it puts out over 1700 PSI. Unlike the factory, it's closer to like 1300. So it's up there, and then we replaced the steering box with the PSC one that's all ported and beefed up, and that's what runs all this bell and whistle here. That hopefully will allow you to turn these big old tires to get out of your Costco parking spot. This axle obviously comes with upgraded brakes, bigger rotors, bigger calipers. We've got the Yukon Premium locking hub set up here. I think it's the same one that's used on the America's Most Wanted diffs as well. Here we got the Dana 80. It is one huge bitch. Like, it is enormous. Hope he liked his gas mileage. Obviously, full float. You know, axle shafts just come out the side, nice and easy. Bigger brakes. Enormous center section. I don't know how to, there's no other way to describe it. It's just enormous. We had to custom make brackets on here for our sway bar to work with the extended travel system from Teraflex. That was no problem for our Landon wizard over there who just catted them up and had them cut next door. So we got some, what looks like, what, 3/8 bracket? That's the strongest part of the truck now. So this vehicle's went through a few iterations of suspension. It started off with an Evo 2.5-inch kit. It now has a full Teraflex system for the most part. I think the only thing left is the Evo rear coils, but it's got the 4.5-inch EcoDiesel Teraflex coils in the front. It's got all the Teraflex arms, the extended travel, the adjustable Falcon shocks, basically like everything. This bed's a little shorter, much like the driver. It used to be out to about here, if you remember, but now there is such a better departure angle. And the nice thing about this system is if you look up under here, it's not just a bobbed bed. There's a full winch here. So he can recover forwards and backwards. Or what really was going to happen with this Jeep is he's going to recover people from forwards or backwards. Because it's not likely getting stuck anywhere. Look at this wheel. It is huge. It's a 40-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Boss MT on a nice KMC Grenade crawl that has been sent out in powder-coated satin gunmetal, and this ring has been anodized blue. And all these bolts, hopefully, are not gonna rust, because these are all specifically purchased from Caterpillar. Our customer is very unique. So they even say cat on them, and that refers to the big equipment, not the small annoying house creature.
People are going to be disappointed you're not clean jerking these.
I can't clean jerk these. There's no way. All right, so now the vehicle's on the ground for the first time. Instead of just taking it straight to the trail and beating the crap out of it, mostly because it's not ours, but we're gonna put it outside, use a forklift, get it flexed out to see what modifications or changes or parts we need to order to make sure that everything operates properly, as there's a lot of things on this vehicle that aren't generic. I think a mud flap's gonna help that. Have you ever come up ½ inch to an inch short? Every vehicle's different. Everyone has different needs. Some people put a tent on. Some people will have a trailer for some reason, a canopy. Some people carry a tidy tank full of diesel fuel like they're gonna run out. And you're just not that perfect height level. So there isn't a spring that exists that's perfect for this application. So we are gonna put this, I swear to you, it's not a sex toy. What is this? This is a piece by JKS. Pretty sure it's something like an adjustable coil over spacer. Something like that. And it allows you to put this in place, and then you can adjust the exact amount down to the 16th of an inch. So if your friends are making fun of you because you're heavy and your Jeep sags to the driver's side, put a little extra preload, shut those fuckers up. Realistically, Mike's doing this. We're pulling the springs out.
Yeah.
Slicey dicey, slides over. We can fine tune it after it's on the ground all loaded up, which is really the point. You should really set everything up to the load that you're gonna carry most of the time. If you need that extra little bit to get the job done, we got you covered. You can see the whole bump stop in here. It's got an adjustable collar here. Minimum, it gives you 1 inch. You have to get at least 1 inch of lift out of this if you put these on. We have it lifting more than that. The reason is this vehicle is not just a diesel, it's a work truck. It carries a lot of fuel, and he's not even overlanding. I forget how much this holds. He told me once, but it was enough that you could probably drive all the way to Europe from here. We've got it, it's about half full right now. The truck sits pretty good with a tiny bit of rake, so he has more room to put some other stuff. We're gonna do a little bit of tweaking to this to get even more steering, because this particular diff can handle up to 8 inches of stroke on the PSC Ram. So, little tidbit, that's 7.5 inch PSC Ram. The only difference between it and an 8, there apparently is a UHMD plastic spacer internally. So we just gotta take the Ram apart, take that spacer out, put it back together. Now we'll have 8 inches of stroke, and we should be able to go lock to lock and pretty much turn like a two-door. As awesome as this rig looks right now, if he stays driving like this on the road, he is gonna end up with a boyfriend named Bubba and a really sore ass, because he's going to prison. Up here in Canada, you cannot have your tires sticking past your fenders. Why? 'Cause we don't believe in fun. We are gonna work together to figure out how to make these metal cloak flares have a fender extension that works, but doesn't get him laughed at hysterically when he goes to pick up his coffee from Tim Hortons. If you want something built like this, come on up. We're not afraid of the job. We'll build anything. I will cut any of your vehicles into pieces. You just tell me where. We accept American currency.
Looking for an epic Jeep or Ram? Give us a call.